What's up, guys? Welcome back to Revelation 11:27, where we speak the truth and where you could be yourself. Some sage, some sage to just just cause. I was gonna say just to cleanse the environment, but come on, wherever I'm at, the environment is cleansed. Wherever I'm at, no amount of witchcraft, no amount of black magic, no amount of confusion or toxicity will get there, because I am here. Let's turn on my candle. Thank you. I do want to say this. Someone commented on like one of my videos, and they were like, well, well, if you're a man, why do you wear women's tops and why do you have toys? Kids' toys. First off, a man is not defined by what they wear. A man is defined by having a dick and balls between their legs. Okay? And these, yeah, they're considered to be toys, I guess. These are my spiritual Barbies, right? Talk shit, and you will feel like shit. By the way, that person is blocked. I don't really spend too much time on that. And I blocked them because if they had the time and energy to type a whole paragraph, confirmation of the beautiful bird, then they are not right for my channel. And it's so easy to block people, just like 2 buttons. Yikes. Let's open up today's message with some angel messages. People think that angels are like, because it's normal for human beings to try and like put a face to things, and they think angels are like human, like with wings. No. Angels are energy. And that energy could work through people. Angelic energy. And not everyone's vessel and body is adequate to be able to hold that angelic energy. Which is why you have, a dragonfly. No, which is why you have earth angels, right? Angelic energies working through people here on this planet. I think that gives it a more realistic type of, kind of view, so you could be able to understand a little bit more everything in this universe is energy. God created energy on the first day, right? God said, let there be light, and there was light, and light is energy. So, come on. Come on. Oh, okay. It says, law of attraction. Law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. That's what you're supposed to align your thoughts with. Love, peace, and harmony. Not anger, hatred, and greediness, or any of the other. Right, you're ringing, honey. The truth. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. And this is what I was speaking about, right? You want miracles to happen in your life, then you have to vibrate at the same frequency where miracles are at. Miracles are not dense. Miracles are not vibrating low like these narcissistic people, like these karmic people. No, they don't do that. Which is why these people are unable to manifest without bribing people, without stealing from people, without lying about someone else. That is not manifestation. Which is why no matter how much these people try to get in the way of me and my life, they are unable to stop me. Why? Because I vibrate at such a high frequency that I know their plans before they even plan it. And naturally, not even intentionally. So you want to bring in good things into your life? Stop hating, stop stealing, meditate. So you could be able to align your brain with your heart, your body, with your vessel. And slowly but surely, your cells will align to that frequency. Your DNA, your blood will align to that. And once you're in that yellow butterfly, once you're in that frequency, that's how things start to come into your life. Another yellow butterfly. You think confirmation with the thunder. You think that the crows that come speak to me, the vultures that watch over me, the butterflies that show themselves on a daily basis, the dragonflies that are there with every single confirmation. You think that comes to me easily? You think the thunders and the lightning speak to me just because? No. I had to do the work. I had to align myself. And that is God. Mother Nature is a part of God. And when you're vibrating at such a high frequency, everything is like, I say words and thunders. You know? That's how you know the true powers of God, not what these people claim. It says joy. Oh, look at the colors. Oh my gosh, she's on top of a dolphin. Look at that. How cool. Joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible levels. When you have joy in your heart, you not only have joy, but you have love and peace and harmony. And with that love and peace and harmony and joy, you can really do whatever the fuck you want, regardless of how many people are against you, regardless of how many people judge you, regardless of how many people put obstacles so you're unable to move forward. Why? Why is that? Because that joy and that peace and that harmony and that love is within you, and these people cannot steal something that's within you. And when you have this joy, when you have these good feelings, you're able to attract things that are actually aligned with your purpose, with your path. And naturally, everything that is not aligned will just kind of like bounce off. You'll be like disgusted by anything that is not high vibrational. And then at the other side, I wasn't gonna read it, but okay, it's here. Trustworthy guidance. Right? Like my channel says, trustworthy guidance for all. You've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers. So you've been praying for something, you've been asking God for something, and you've gotten the signs, right? This idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. And remember, when you ask for something, you have to be able to receive the response. And you receive the response through your intuition, right? You feel like a pulling, like a calling to do something. And it is up to you to do that, to take that action. If you don't take the action, you're avoiding the calling. You're just disregarding the answer that you've been asking God for this whole time. Let's see what the energy is. What do we need to know? What do we need to see, Spirit? Let's clarify. Let's clear off any doubts. Ooh. We got the Page of Air. And we got the Strength. So maybe you're being called to speak the truth. Maybe you have something in your mind that you want to tell someone, that you've been needing to tell someone, that you've been asking God, should I do this, should I not? The answer is here. You have the strength to speak to this person, to say what it is that you need to say. Two vultures pass by. You have the courage to do that. And you also have the compassion to understand why it is that you need to say this to this person. It could be to this person, or it could be to a whole group of people, or it could be to a whole organization. Whatever it is, you are being called to speak the truth and stand on it. And speaking this truth will release a lot of baggage. Speaking this truth will release a lot of mental torment. Speaking this truth is what you need to do so you can continue to move forward without carrying all that baggage. And it will open up space in your body, in your mind, to allow higher frequencies to guide you when you release that truth. Because if you keep holding that, that will make your energy more dense, lower your frequencies, lower your vibrations, making you unable to manifest, making you unable to be on your path. That is why you're being called to do this. And you've been called to do that. I'm gonna do it again. You've been called to do that. You've been asking God, what should I do? How can I do this? Or, yeah, you need to speak whatever it is that you feel in your heart. Maybe you're being called to speak upon lies that were said in the past. Maybe you've been holding a lot of lies in your heart. And God is telling you, yo, you need to release this. You need to release these lies. And the way for you to release these lies is by speaking the truth. That's what happens when you don't release these lies. That energy will just get bigger and bigger in your emotional body, and you'll continue to feel guilty. And that will travel to your mental body, and that can cause a lot of health issues. Just being real and just warning you. Kind of felt like this, so I'm just gonna read it like that. Yeah, no, it makes total sense. This speaking about what you know, right? Being clear about the lies that were being created in the past will not only release anxiety and fear, but it will also release pain. With the Three of Swords here, right? It will release a lot of heartbreak that maybe you're just gathering up in your emotional body. And you could be optimistic about speaking this truth to whoever it is that you need to speak to about it. Maybe speaking this truth is also about asking for forgiveness or apologizing for whatever lies were told in the past. Could be about me, could be about someone else. You should know that. We got the Five of Cups here. Because you no longer want to be disappointed. You no longer want to be in despair, right? Feeling loss. Not lost, loss. Loss of love, loss of happiness, loss of peace. Look how the guys are standing there and the cups are just on the floor. He doesn't care about those 5 cups because they were nothing in the first place. He is looking for real cups with real water, with real emotions, with real love, with real happiness. And you feel like that, or you felt like that, because you're holding on to something that must be said. You're holding on to what you know. You're holding on to the truth about what was done to a specific person, about the lies that were being told about a specific person. And yes, you can feel disappointed all you want, but if you don't do something about it, girl, what are you doing? Guys, crazy. Maybe these lies that you're holding on to, this truth that you must speak to, is towards the lovers, right? It's towards a relationship that's ordained by God. The lovers is not just any relationship, right? It is a union, protected by God, protected by Mother Nature, protected by all the angels and the ancestors and the Galactic Federation and the whole universe. It is a relationship, right, where all of your values, your integrity, your morals are aligned. It is a forever thing. Past, ooh, a vulture, 2 vultures, past this realm, past this earthly dimension. It goes on. It goes on and on and on, like the song. Yeah, maybe with the Page of Cups here, maybe you have a message for this person. Maybe you have a little first offer of love, first action that you want to take to be able to get a little bit closer to this person. Maybe you've also been seeing signs and synchronicities, like the times on the clock. Just there could be many ways. And maybe I'm just helping you guys out. Maybe a good way to release these lies, to release this pain that you're holding, right? To be able to speak the truth. Maybe with the Page of Cups here, just a small act of kindness, a small act of love, a little date, little time together will allow you to kind of break the ice first, right? Because you don't want to just go straight forward into like, yo, I did this and this and this, I'm sorry. No, we're here for a reason, and people should understand that. But this person means a lot to you. Come on, how could they not? It is something godly, something heavenly with the lovers here. Look at the photo. And you know what you're doing. The 8 of Wands here, you're taking action to do this. You're going to do this. And nothing is stopping you anymore. And that is amazing, right? Maybe you were scared about how this person will react once you tell them the truth. But you can't just be scared of that. No, yellow butterfly. Not only do you not want to be scared of that, but you don't want to be holding in that dense energy in your vessel. And God is giving you strength to do that. Maybe the strength that you need is just the thoughts of, once you get this done and over with, how beautiful this union or this partnership with this person can be. Another yellow butterfly. Good. That's amazing. Look. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And that is how you grow. When you expand your perspective, when you expand your thoughts, when you expand your consciousness, when you're more open-minded and not closed-minded. Just because someone doesn't look like you, or someone doesn't dress like you, or someone doesn't speak like you. Trash. You, on a different level, you understand that in order to grow, you have to be able to see different perspectives. You have to be able to expand your consciousness. And the way you expand your consciousness is not just by waking up each day and being like, I'm going to expand my consciousness. No, you have to meditate. As boring as it sounds to you, it's not. That's how you expand your consciousness. That's how I have altered my consciousness. That's how I have quantum leaped. That's how I have altered my DNA at a cellular level, allowing me to be here today, amongst other things. But that is growth. Look, the growth that I see right here is you telling yourself, yeah, I can no longer hold this in me. I have to let it out. I have to let it out to the person that I need to let it out with. Right? To the person that I feel all this love and all this attraction for, that is not for no reason, because God put them in my path for a reason. Maybe God put this person in your path to allow you to expand your consciousness. Maybe God put this person in your life to allow you to become more aware. And you seeing that and you accepting that, I cannot, is allowing you to grow. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Yeah, and that goes with everything, right? You cannot change how you feel about someone else. You cannot change the love that someone else makes you feel. You cannot change who you're attracted to. You cannot change who you are authentically. And that is fine, because why would you want to change something that was made so beautiful? Why would you want to change something that God put in front of you to allow you to grow, to allow you to become a better human being? When you accept those blessings, when you accept those blessings, it will allow you to see why everything has happened the way it has happened. And I think that is so beautiful. Accept yourself the way you are. Society doesn't let you accept yourself. And why wouldn't you want to accept? Like, we are all different. We're all unique. And that's what makes us beautiful. We all have different talents. We all have different skills. There's no need to be jealous about someone else. If you were to focus on you, you'll be able to discover your own talents, your own uniqueness, instead of trying to be like everyone else. That is so boring. But yeah. Let's get one of these, actually. So yes, the blessings that you've been asking for is literally right here. Not only have you asked God for this blessing, but also God is telling you how you can get closer to this blessing. You have to release whatever it is that you need to speak about to this person. You have to speak the truth to this person about certain illusions and certain lies that were created, right? That will allow you to release whatever pain you had. That person will allow you to do that. And come on, if you have the strength to do that, right? Look at the girl here, taming the lion. You have the courage to do that. And if you have taken the steps to actually apologize to someone and come up with the truth, that person should be able to understand. that person does not understand, that person is not aligned. Because that person shouldn't, if you speak the truth, that person should be like, oh, okay, that's why he did this. And it is ultimately up that to that person to either forgive you. Yeah, it is. That person should forgive you. An aligned person should always give forgiveness to people. God forgives everyone. But forgiveness is not necessarily like, oh, I forgive you. Come on, it's kiki, let's talk again. No, just because I forgive someone does not mean that I want to ever hang out with that person again. Like my family, right? I've forgiven my family for planning my murder, forgiven my brother for Ubering me to a hotel where they were going to be illegally surveillancing me and putting me on Facebook Marketplace. I'm forgiving them for so many other things. Confirmation with the thunders. But let me tell you one thing. I will never, ever speak to any of them again. And that is the perfect scenario of forgiveness. If I didn't forgive them, I would have all this anger and hate, like, oh, why would you guys do this to me? No. I've released all of that through forgiveness. Dependence. There's something or someone you are clinging to, and it's keeping you from stepping into your light. So maybe you're depending on other people's thoughts, maybe your own family's thoughts, like, oh my God. Or maybe you were feeling like this in the past. Maybe you weren't getting close to this person. You weren't even trying to apologize to this person or even speak about what you know to this person because you were still clinging on to your family. You were still clinging on to how they made you butterfly, how they made you feel. Like maybe they made you feel guilty or ashamed because how could you give up your family and tell the truth about what your family has been doing to this innocent person like me? But no, you understand that is not how it's supposed to be. And maybe before that's what was keeping you from being in the light, from being on the right path and speaking to this person. You have everything you need to succeed, and the only approval you need is your own confirmation, right? Yes, and your own approval is the approval by God. And God has gifted you with this amazing strength. The rains are starting to fall. God has gifted you with the strength to follow your heart and bring that joy back into your life. And I think this will conclude the message. I think that was such a beautiful message, Spirit. Thank you so much for everything.